need to report a crime.
Bit weird CGI.
Cash?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can you describe suspect?
Big guy, must weigh 250.
We're gonna hold on to this money.
I didn't get his badge number, but his last name's Marston.
You're gonna need to leave.
Main suspect number 2.
Ooh.
Hey, Mike! I'm posting bail. You stay low, all right?
You can fight for the money, but that'll take you most of a year and cost you twice what you're owed.
And it's legal?
It's the law.
May I at least see my cousin?
You can fuck right
I
off.
would love to, sir, just as soon as I get my money back.
You do not stand in my station in front of my officers and set terms. You need to be very, very careful.
Let's not do that.
Chief!
Modernized Rambo.
I think he's Marine Corps Martial Arts MCMAP. One mind, any weapon.
Whatever you decide to do, you do it damn far from here. You enter this town again, so go another route.
It's time for another chapter.
Something's up. Chief is willing to kill to keep us from finding out.
You ain't ever gonna be safe.
Test the chains.
These cops
All the screws.
might end up on top,
You are many.
but they don't get any more outs.
Suspect is armed. He goes down.
One man army.
Does not get back up.
It's gotten out of hand. People getting hurt now. So I was thinking, what if we just walk away?
Well, now you're starting to talk.
I was like, nah.
Freedom.
Now that is a very intriguing film. For many people, it's not a massive blockbuster, but it is very similar to films like Walking Tall, starring Dwayne Johnson. Very similar to Rambo First Blood Part 1, and it's right up my avenue for a type of movie that I would watch. Now, the first thing that was a bit weird was the intro of the trailer. Literally within the first 3 seconds, there was a little collision between the car and the bike, and him falling off, you could tell that was CGI. That's the only thing that I would take away, which is negative from this trailer so far. So this is a film directed by Jeremy Saulnier. Now, I don't know much about his directing, but if this is one of his first major films going to Netflix, then it's a great looking film. And I'm not talking about it in terms of color palette, I'm not talking about it in terms of the design or production design or anything like that. I like the story and I like the intensity and I like the fact that it's a high velocity thriller. So it's about a character called Terry Richmond, and he is essentially an ex-marine, and he is played by Aaron Pierre. And it's all about Terry entering a town called Shelby Springs, and he is trying to post bail for his cousin. But his life savings are then seized by a local enforcement officer who is the big tall guy that you saw in the beginning, and then he is entangled in a violent confrontation with the corrupt police chief Sandy Byrne. This is essentially a deep-rooted conspiracy, and he has to battle the legal system and the law enforcement as well. You got themes of justice, systematic corruption, and morality all explored within this film. So the reason why it's very similar to Walking Tall, which came out back in 2004, because it stars Dwayne Johnson as Chris Vaughn, and he is a retired US Army Special Forces soldier, but he returns back to his hometown only to find it corrupted, and this is because of all the casinos with high rates of corruption and crime by his high school rival. Now the whole town is overrun with drugs and corruption and violence. And First Blood Part 1, you have Sylvester Stallone playing John Rambo, who is a Vietnam War veteran who comes back to his hometown, and then he is held captive by the cops with hostility, and because of the mistreatment, it triggers his PTSD and he is on the run. Both of these films feature protagonists who are former soldiers, and they have to deal with corruption and using their combat skills to fight for justice in small town settings. And the reason why I'm saying Rebel Ridge is similar to these films is because it involves an ex-marine fighting against a systematic corruption and injustice in a small town. But I like the look of it. It's coming out September 6th on Netflix. What do you think of the official trailer for Rebel Ridge?